Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports MLB Rundown, picks and predictions for Sunday, August 10th, 2025. We're looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, got to take a look at the previous day's results. A weird day, a very positive day, but weird. We go 5-0 on overs as we took 0 unders. We go 2-3 on money lines. I will recap these real quick. Then we'll get on to the picks for tomorrow. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, that brings our season record to 484 and 452. I am shocked it is that high with how many plus monies I take. This is going well. All right, first game, we went 1-1. We had the over 8.5 in the Yankees and the Astros game. It got there, but dang, was it greasy. Final score, Houston Astros 4, New York Yankees 5. The Yankees almost tossed this game away again with their bullpen. They got to figure out what's going on in the pen. They took a 4-2 lead into the top of the 8th inning, and then they gave up 2 runs. It was a Jose Altuve single, and then a Christian Walker walk. You cannot be walking a dude bases loaded. Like, their bullpen is just atrocious. Let me see who it was again. It was Duvall, the dude they traded for, and then Bednar came in, got him out of the bad situation, and closed the 9th inning. So he went 1 2/3, which he normally does not do. So it would appear as though Bednar is now their guy. They've given up completely on Williams, which I don't blame them because Devin Williams is horrible. But anyway, we hit the over 8.5 runs. We lose the Astros minus 125 on the money line. Next game, we took the Angels plus 120 on the money line. We took the over 8.5 runs. I'm telling you right now, this Tigers team is going to lose the division. Their headspace is absolutely cooked. They don't know what's going on. Are they 16 games above 500? Yes. Are they horrible currently? Yes. They should have lost game 1 of this series as well. You had a lucky pinch hit Matt Vierling 3-run homer. They lose game 2, 7-4 to the Angels. They get out. Oh, no, actually, they tied hits 9-9. Charlie Morton, he struck out 10 batters, but it doesn't matter when you only pitch 4 1/3 innings and you give up 6 earned runs. So out of the 13 outs he got, 10 of them were strikeouts. That's not good. Like, it's great you can strike guys out, but when they're actually hitting the ball, you give up 6 earned runs in 4 1/3. Not ideal. As a Guardians fan, I love watching the implosion of the Tigers. The Angels, I mean, they're completely out of the playoff race. They're just out there for shits and giggles at this point. But they win the game. We hit the plus 120. We hit the over at 8.5 runs. Now we have the Brewers, minus 120 in the money line with the over of 9 runs. If we would like to talk about another team that is an absolute free fall, it is the New York Mets. They are now just 9 games above 500. What stat did I read? Well, they've lost how many in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've lost 6 in a row. I think 10 out of their last 11 games. They're horrible. And it does get a lot easier for them. Their next series are the Braves, the Mariners, the Nationals, the Braves. All right, they should go on an absolute tear, minus the Mariners. But anyway, we'll talk about the Brewers because that's who I actually bet and made money on. The Brewers, 72 and 44 now this season. They win the game 7-4, despite being out-hit by the New York Mets 8-7. They surprisingly did it in the form of the long ball. You had a Bryce Terang homer, you had a William Contreras homer, and then you had the small ball they normally play. Sal Frelick with a sac fly, Isaac Collins with a single, Joey Ortiz reached on an error. Thank you, Francisco Lindor. The Mets scored. They had 3 home runs. They were all solo shots. You had a Juan Soto solo shot, the Starling Marte solo shot, and then the Polar Bear got one in the top of the second. But it means nothing if you don't get guys on base. Like, you can hit as many solo shots as you want. It's not going to net you 7 runs like the Brewers have. This Mets team is down bad. Next 2 winners that were both overs. We had the over 8.5 runs in the Cubs game. This was probably my worst money line read of the day. Cubs win this one 9-1. Andre Palante only went 1 2/3 innings, giving up 7 hits and 6 earned runs. The Cubs finally explode on offense. They have 13 hits. They win the game 9-1. Colin Rea looked really good again. He pitched 6 innings, only giving up 3 hits and 1 earned. He struck out 6. This was probably the win the Cubs needed. They play tomorrow for the series, so that should be a good game. Then they have 3 at the Blue Jays. That's going to be a banger of a series. And final game of the night, the reason this video is so late, we had the Padres and who'd they play? The Red Sox. Over 8.5 runs. It hits. It goes into extra innings. I watched it happen. Top of the 10th inning, I forget who was at the plate for the Red Sox. Let me check. He attempted to lay down the bunt 3 different times. He fouled it off every single time. How do you go 0 for 3 in bunt attempts and then strike out on a foul ball bunt? You're in the majors. Why can you not lay it down? Who was this? I have to make fun of them. It was David Hamilton. What a bum. A straight bum. So then the Red Sox do not score in the top of the 10th. The Padres come on in the bottom of the 10th. They intentionally walk the first batter. And then Ramon Laureano comes in, hits. It really could have been a double play ball, but they were playing the infield in. So it bounces right over the third baseman's head into the outfield. The Padres win the game. We hit our over, 8.5 runs. Final score, 5-4. Our losers, all of them money lines. Astros, they lose by 1 to the Yankees. Cardinals, they got absolutely shelled to the Cubs, losing by 8. Again, I already mentioned Andre Palante getting absolutely destroyed. And the Red Sox lose in extras as they do not score in the top of the 10th. So that is how we go 7-3. Let's get on to the games for tomorrow. All right, first game, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This Tigers team is currently not playing good baseball. I like the Angels. I don't particularly like Jack Kahanowicz, but I'm going to take him here. Give me the Angels plus 120. Give me the over, 8.5 runs. Currently, as we speak, I think the Angels have the better lineup. They may not have the better pitcher. I think Casey Mize is definitely better given his ERA and the fact that his last name isn't Kahanowicz, or however you say that. I don't know. What did I used to call him? I forget what our nickname for him was, but it was Jack Mehoff. That was it. Anyway, this Tigers team is just bad. They used to have a 15.5 game lead in the division. It's now down to 5. Their recent form is not good. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They just can't hit the baseball. If you look up and down their lineup, are the averages okay? Yeah, they're not bad, but they can't string together any hits. Javier Baez is back swinging at things in the other batter's box. Dingler is that dude's last name. You want to bet behind a dude named Dingler? No, you don't. Not at all. Torkelson's been struggling. I mean, the best bat in their lineup is Kerry Carpenter. Do you guys remember Riley Green? Yeah, so do I. He's not good anymore. That dude sucks. Give me the Angels plus 120. Give me the over, 8.5 runs. Tigers are no bueno. Angels are also no bueno, but at plus 120, I will take them. Next team, it is my team, the Cleveland Guardians, the second hottest team in baseball right behind the Milwaukee Brewers. Give me the Guardians on the run line. I haven't been picking them in my videos, but if you've been watching, you know I've been betting them because I bet them every single game. Minus 1.5, it's at plus 130. That is disrespectful. We've won both of the first 2 games of the series by 2 runs or more. I think we won the first one by 4. We're the better team. We have the better pitcher. It doesn't matter if the White Sox are at home. Nobody shows up to these games anyway. And the White Sox suck. The Guardians, 61-15. We have won 5 games in a row. We're 9-1 in our last 10. Our bullpen looks fantastic now that we've gotten rid of the dude who is actively gambling against his own team. And our lineup is hitting the baseball. I would like you to pay attention to our number 7 batter, CJ Kayfus, rookie we called up from AAA about 2 weeks ago. He has filled our problem of not having guys who hit for power. He hits for power, he runs fast, he plays 2 positions, outfield and first base, which is great because that means we don't have to have 39-year-old Carlos Santana actually playing first base. We can just slide him in the DH spot or not even start him in the lineup. He can pinch hit later on, then fill in the first base spot. We send CJ Kayfus to the outfield, and we get Daniel Schneemann the fuck out of our lineup, as we should. Or Nolan Jones. You can take either of those 2 dudes out of our lineup. I don't care. They should not be in the lineup. Get them out. Anyway, Guardians, run line, take the over as well. It's free shmoney. Next game, I'm going to take the Rays plus 155. Do we really think the Mariners should be laying this big of a number against Adrian Hauser? Adrian Hauser is a dog. The Mariners are most likely going to be going for the sweep. Let me get a quick score update on that game. Last time I checked, yeah, they'll be going for the sweep. The Mariners are currently up 7-4 in game 2 of this series in the top of the 8th inning. I just don't think they should be laying this big of a number against a solid pitcher as Adrian Hauser is. 6-3 with a 2.54 ERA, 74 innings pitched, 50 strikeouts. Does have a decent amount of a walk issue, giving up 23, but he does not give up hard contact. Only 4 home runs in 74 innings pitched. That is fantastic. His most recent start was not good, giving up 5 runs to the Angels. But before that, he was serviceable, giving up 3 to Pittsburgh, 1 to Toronto, 0 to Colorado, 0 to San Francisco, 2 to the Blue Jays, 1 to Kansas City, 0 to the Mets. He's been good this season. Brian Wu, he's been steady for basically his entire career, 9-6, 3.02 ERA. His most recent starts kind of been hit or miss. He gave up 1 to the White Sox, 5 to the Athletics, 2 to the Angels, 4 to Houston. So I don't know what he's going to do, but at plus 155, you're giving me 2 about even pitchers. Yes, the Mariners have the better lineup. Julio Rodriguez is actually swinging a great bat right now. You pick up Naylor, you bring back Suarez to the team. You have Big Dumper hitting number 2. I mean, the Mariners are kind of stacked, but I will take the Rays, and I will take the under 7.5 runs. Next game we got is the Red Sox and the Padres in the rubber match. I'm going to run with the Red Sox plus 115. I'm also going to take the under of 8.5 runs. On the mound for the Red Sox, Brian Bello, 8-5 with a 3.03 ERA. Going up against Dylan Cease, 4-10 with a 4.60 ERA. I was going to tell you Dylan Cease has been horrible this year, but if I recall correctly, he's coming off of a start where he pitched very, very well. Yeah, he went 5 innings against the St. Louis Cardinals, giving up 1 hit and 0 earned. But prior to that start, he has been getting absolutely housed. Gave up 5 to the Mets, 3 to the Marlins, 0 to Washington, but Washington is awful. 6 to Arizona, 4 to Philly, 4 to Cincinnati, 6 to the Dodgers. Like, he's just getting absolutely wrecked. Brian Bayo, on the other hand, he's been okay. His most recent starts, he's given up 0 to the Royals, 1 to the Twins, 3 to the Dodgers, 3 to the Cubs, 1 to Tampa Bay, 2 to Colorado, 2 to Cincinnati. He's pretty consistent. He's going to give you about 6 innings, probably give up 1 or 2 runs, and then it's going to be a bullpen game. Both of these teams have bolstered up their bullpens. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think I like the plus money value with the Red Sox. I don't really trust this Padres lineup. Red Sox have been one of the hotter teams in baseball, so I will take the Red Sox plus 115 and the under of 8.5 runs. Final game here, it is real easy. Brewers minus 125 on the money line at home, going for the sweep against the struggling New York Mets. Also going to rock the over, 8.5 runs. You got Sean Manaea, 1-1 with a 3.52 ERA, going up against Quinn Priester, 11-2 with a 3.15 ERA. The Brewers are good. The Mets are currently not good. I think that is all that needs to be said. Give me the Brewers, give me the over. All right, that is going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. Hopefully, we continue the hot streak and we win again tomorrow. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.